Yo, what's up? This is Maker, and you're checking out ElevatorHipHop.com. The first program that I used was Qwel. My homie gave it to me, and I just popped it in, and I just started messing with it. Like, nobody taught me how to, nobody taught me about records or BPMs or nothing like that. I just started making beats, and then eventually, like, somebody heard it, like, yeah, it's pretty good, and I was like, word. When people started telling me this stuff was good, then I started working harder on it, I mean, just like any kid can buy a laptop and start making beats. It's just made it a little bit easier. I mean, when I started making beats, it wasn't as easy. And I'm sure when programs, software first started coming out, all the dudes before that who were just strictly, MPC and SP1200 were like, man, forget these fools. You know what I'm saying? Go out and get an MPC and learn how to push some buttons, And I'm sure people before that was like sitting in the studio with reel-to-reels, and like session players, like, you know how much money I paid for this, you know how many hours I've been in here. So it's gonna happen again eventually. Something's gonna come out easier and more accessible than Serato and 40 Loops. And those kids are gonna be like, man, forget these fools. You can't just hum a beat and then make it, whatever. Like, it's gonna happen. I mean, I have not sampled records before, but I try to keep it to the records, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, just for me, I'm not saying anybody else is whack for it, but there's a feeling, there's a certain type of accomplishment, or I don't know, when you go and, you're just at a thrift store or at a record store and you're like, this looks dope, and then you buy it, and then you take it home and this is crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then you make something out of it. It's a different feeling. I'm a fan of Now and Again and Stone's Throw, and I already knew about him. So when he proposed the idea, I was like, for sure. I got some stems from them, but mainly they just gave me their library, like most of the stuff that they had released up to that point, and it was like, do it up, So I sat there for a good week just listening to music, trying to get some kind of idea, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start making beats, and 20 beats later, I could have just kept going too. It's just like so much good music, and I love sampling, so it was pretty easy. When I was growing up, when I started making beats, a lot of the music I was listening to was Chicago hip-hop, because when you first get into it, you want to hear what's coming out of your city, and I was listening to like all the Moment mixtapes. PNS had the Chicago Rocks, Volume 1, Volume 2, and All Natural, Rhyme Fest, Juice, all them dudes had records coming out, Grav, like at the time, and I was like, boom, I just started listening to all that. EC Illa, man, like there was so much music coming out at that time that was really important to me, you know what I'm saying? So that was a big influence on me. I've known Qwel for quite a minute, since like Typical Cats, when that came out. The first album we did was The Harvest. Me and him just work really well together, and especially since The Harvest, each record we just get more comfortable with each other, and it's fun working with him. I could sit down with him and be like, this is the beat, I got this idea for it. What do you think about it? He'd be like, I feel that. Let me get back to you in a day. He'd call me and say, yo, check it out. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh man, that's perfect. Exactly. Like, since I'm more involved with the record, I've done more production, been more involved with the music, not just making the beats, but like, making a song or making an album, So, I mean, I enjoy doing both, but I really like being part of it, and getting more into the whole feel of the album and like the soundscape, you know what I'm saying? The Qwel album, it's called The Owl, and that should be coming out in the fall. 2 more songs to finish mixing and the art, and then yeah, that's pretty much there. We just did like the final playlist yesterday, song order and stuff. So, pretty excited about it, man. Yeah. If you turn the cameras off, I could play you a bunch of the. Yeah. Bunch of the